Hey guys, this is Simon Geek, and this is my review of Prototype for the Xbox 360. You are Alex Wesker, the Prototype, the ultimate shape-shifting weapon. With no memory and no mercy, hunt your way into the heart of the conspiracy which created you, making those responsible pay. Now, Prototype is an open-world sandbox game where you can go around and just do whatever you want or participate with the story. Now, Prototype actually has a long and somewhat decent story. I mean, it took me about 7 or 8 hours to actually complete the story in its entirety. And not to mention, there are tons of mini games and side quests as well. Now, let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay as Alex Wesker walking around is actually incredibly good. I mean, it's so easy to patrol the city and just go around, sneak around, playing as other people. I mean, it's fun, it's exciting, and depending on what movement upgrades you have chosen from your evolution list, it'll be easy and fun. The powers Alex has have an extreme amount of variety and have tons and tons and tons of combos. And every single power just has tons of variety and is fun using. I haven't found one bland power in the entire game. The closest to being to it, ironically, is the one they show on the box. The blade isn't that good, but the rest of the powers have really unique and weird ways of doing things. They are really fun and interesting. As you progress through the game, you get evolutionary points, which are rewarded for consuming people, completing missions, and collecting hints and landmarks. With evolutionary points, you can upgrade your combos and how much damage your weapons do. There are 2 points of the gameplay that are really lacking and feel kind of bland, which are weapon control and using human weapons. Although can come in useful sometimes, you'll never really ever need to use enemy weapons outside of missions. And considering you can drop kick a helicopter without your powers, leads me to my next point. Maybe you are too powerful in this game. In this game, it seems that Alex Wesker is basically almost immortal by the end of the game, making the game a bit easy towards the end, especially since some of the later powers can just basically latch on to helicopters and destroy them in one hit. Fortunately, though, halfway through the game, they do take away your powers for about 2 or 3 missions. I thought it would be a bad thing, but it actually made the game quite a bit more challenging and less easy to burn through. The graphics in this game are about mid 2007. Now, I wouldn't mind this since it is an open world game, but considering the fact that Grand Theft Auto 4 came out last year and Red Faction Guerrilla came out a couple of days before Prototype, leads into a bit of concern. Also, another thing is that the frame rate tends to drop after long periods of playing. I noticed that when I was about 3 or 4 hours in, the frame rate started to drop a little bit. I mean, it wasn't too big of a problem, but I noticed it, and it was a little bit weird. But despite that, the loading times are actually amazing. It only takes about a minute to load the game, and then there's literally no loading times within the rest of the game. Now, whether this is worth a buy or rent depends on if you enjoy the gameplay or not. If you enjoy the gameplay, you may end up playing this for hours on end, like myself. I have spent already 13 hours on this game just on the main story and a couple of mini quests, and I love to go back to it. The achievements are quite challenging and tempting to get since they're not too challenging, but they're not extreme. To me, this game has the perfect amount of challenge for the achievements. So if you enjoy sandbox games where you can jump around and destroy things, this is totally a buy for you. I mean, there is no reason not to buy this game if you enjoy these type of games. I mean, the gameplay is excellent, smooth, and you can literally get lost in it for hours just messing around. Although there are many problems with a bit of graphical glitches in this game, I have experienced no gameplay glitches whatsoever. And since loading times are so minimal, I've this is one of those games that you can just jump in and start playing and just play for hours. I completely recommend this to anyone who is thinking about trying out this game because you think you might enjoy this, and it's definitely a rent no matter what. This game is very, very, very fun. Although the vehicle missions can be extremely tedious and might be a turnoff to those just jumping into the game, I give Prototype for the Xbox 360 an 8.7 out of 10.